Well, well, well. Baba Log, how are you all doing? After watching episode 7, I have absolutely no problem calling myself a From addict. And honestly, the From makers have figured out the perfect formula. They give us one terrible episode, take all the criticism, and then drop a great episode right after it and collect all the praise. So finally, episode 7 did what From season 4 should have done a long time ago. Not answer questions, but make the theories even more dangerous. Because on one hand, Sophia's black magic now seems almost confirmed. On the other hand, Fatima has suddenly emerged as the most important player in the entire story. And on the third hand, the pouch full of teeth found in the man in yellow's car has completely flipped the game upside down. Are the monsters really afraid of the talismans, or have people been living with false hope all these years? Are Smiley and the man in yellow simply different faces of the same game? Has Fatima unknowingly activated the Hive Mind? And most importantly, did Boyd help Jade and Tabitha by revealing their true identities, or did he just start a countdown to their deaths? And believe me, Baba, the last 15 minutes of this episode left behind implications so dangerous that it finally feels like the makers are starting to reveal their real cards. So, let's break everything down in detail. But before that, please like the video, and if you're new here, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Well, the ending was incredible. The makers are finally unleashing the heavy artillery. Now first, let's talk about Jade and Randall. They were preparing to open the secret door, but Jade placed a talisman there and secured Colony House because monsters could also come directly through the tunnels. No doubt about it. The plan was to enter the tunnels at night, and during that same night, they were also going to use those totems against the monsters to see whether they actually worked. Then Elgin noticed that Sophia was terrified when she saw the totems. She was staring at them with wide eyes as if she knew exactly how dangerous those weapons could be for her. Meanwhile, Sophia brought Roger back to life. At this point, it is crystal clear that Sophia is practicing full-blown black magic. The purpose of bringing Roger back was to spread terror inside Colony House. But Elgin showed incredible bravery. First, he shut the main door. Then he sent Roger back to the grave once again. Well, the totems worked on Roger. They worked on the joint doll. But why didn't they work on the monsters? If that's true, then these totems probably won't have any effect on the man in yellow either. But then why was Sophia giving such a terrified reaction when she saw them? What was the point of that? The second question is, when exactly did Sophia tell the monsters that Kenny, or whoever was coming to attack them, would simply enter the nearby houses after attacking? Because that's exactly why monsters were positioned at every entrance like fielders, and Smiley was inside the bus. Well, we also know that Smiley can run because Smiley ran during Massacre Night when he killed Miranda. So even today, he could have easily killed Henry. Even today, he could have run. So what exactly is going on here? Are the monsters deliberately choosing not to kill people? And do the talismans even work at all? Or have the monsters simply been keeping everyone trapped inside false hope for years? Maybe they're just enjoying the suffering. Maybe they're deliberately torturing people. Or maybe they're following orders from the man in yellow who has said, "The final massacre will be mine. You just keep them distracted, scared, and confused." And maybe that's exactly why the monsters roam around town every single night. Their purpose may simply be to create the illusion that stepping outside means certain death. The next theory we've been discussing is the idea that the day Smiley killed Miranda, it may not have actually been Smiley at all. It may have been the man in yellow. Because the man in yellow can run, the man in yellow can also shapeshift. So taking Smiley's form would be incredibly easy for him. And why would he appear as Smiley? No doubt to kill Miranda, because the man in yellow is hiding his true identity. Miranda and Jade are the versions of these people whom this place keeps forcing to remember everything again and again. So if the man in yellow's real identity had been revealed to Miranda that night, she would have eventually figured out exactly who he was once her memories returned. And that's precisely the game the man in yellow is playing. He stays hidden and manipulates everything from the shadows. And we can clearly see that happening right now. Tabitha has remembered a lot of things, but nothing significant has been revealed about the man in yellow. Because maybe Tabitha and Jade don't actually know his real identity. And if they don't know it, how could they possibly remember it? The only person who ever saw the man in yellow's true identity was Victor, when he was devouring Miranda. Before that, everyone else had already died. Some were killed by monsters. Others were killed by the man in yellow himself. And another important thing, young Jade told Jade that monsters never kill his version and Tabitha's version. Every single time the people of the town are the ones who kill them. So maybe Miranda and Jade's previous versions were killed by the townspeople long before any monster could get to them. But then what is the deal with Smiley? Why are the writers constantly confusing us with this angle. Let's move forward. Now let's talk about Fatima. How exactly did Fatima pull this off? Honestly, I'm so proud of Fatima right now that I feel like kissing her forehead. She was actually creating the right thing all along. The golem is genuinely helping. Everyone doubted Fatima. Even I criticized her many times for her actions. Sorry, baby. I doubted you. Sorry. We misunderstood you completely. You are the actual savior right now. At this point, I feel like marrying Fatima. But no, I'm not getting myself into trouble. Well, could Fatima be connected to the Hive Mind? Because Fatima gave birth to Smiley. That creates a direct blood connection between Fatima and Smiley. Meanwhile, the golem's role may be to generate, boost, or activate Fatima's Hive Mind abilities, and perhaps Fatima can control them. For a moment, this felt exactly like Will Byers from Stranger Things, because Will Byers escaped Vecna's influence. But even after escaping, some Mind Flayer particles remained inside his body. Because of that, he could sense and connect with Vecna, Demogorgons, and other creatures. So, could Fatima be doing something similar? We'll discuss this topic much more deeply in tomorrow's Ending Explained video. We'll break down every possible aspect and theory, because I have some information regarding this hive mind concept that I want to explore further. Now let's talk about Boyd. Did Boyd make the right decision by revealing Jade and Tabitha's identities in front of everyone? Or did he make their situation even worse? Because remember episode 5, the monsters don't kill you, the people do. And thanks to Boyd's decision, the town is now entering full mob lynching mode. The payoff for this could be extremely emotional. Because now everyone will start expecting Jade and Tabitha to find the solution. Everyone will expect them to break the curse and get everyone home. And eventually, Jade and Tabitha will make a mistake, and the entire town will turn against them. Because one theory we've been discussing repeatedly is that not every memory Jade and Tabitha recover is necessarily accurate. Maybe this place intentionally feeds them false information. Maybe the town itself manipulates their memories to lead them astray, because the same mistake keeps happening over and over again. Jade and Tabitha remember things, yet they never manage to escape. They never break the curse, which means some of those memories may be traps, but they trust every memory blindly. And because of that, everything falls apart. People die, massacres happen, and the cycle repeats itself. So perhaps this time Jade and Tabitha need to learn that they cannot trust everything they remember. Every memory must be questioned. Everything must be examined logically, and they need to ask themselves whether these same mistakes happened in previous cycles as well. At least that's my theory. So personally, I don't think Boyd should have revealed their identities. He should have kept it secret and continued working quietly. Now let's talk about Marielle. Marielle said that her mother always believed that when someone dies, they don't immediately go to heaven or hell. Instead, they remain trapped in a middle world for some time, a place where they wander before moving on. And this idea keeps coming up repeatedly and from, that people who die here don't truly leave. They remain here. They don't completely disappear. Well, Marielle's statement connects directly with the Lake of Tears theory, because we've discussed before that maybe all of the children, including the Yankui kids, are trapped in the same in-between world. And perhaps Jade and Tabitha must free those souls and grant them peace. Only then can the curse finally be broken. Only then can the Yankui children be released. Now let's talk about Henry. Henry is also experiencing flashbacks, but these flashbacks seem to be connected to the hospital period of his life. And definitely, Henry must have been hospitalized after he convinced himself that his wife and children were dead. After that, he likely fell into deep trauma, and it seems that Sophia is deliberately trying to trigger those memories. Because remember, Sophia made Henry drink her blood, and Sophia can clearly perform black magic, so Henry's condition becoming unstable again feels like Sophia's doing. All of that makes sense, but what exactly does Sophia gain from it? What does she actually want? Is she trying to push Henry into such a terrible mental state that he ends up ruining everything himself? Maybe that's the most likely possibility, and if that happens, Sophia's job becomes much easier. Now let's talk about Victor. Victor found a pouch full of teeth inside the man in yellow's car, and honestly, don't be surprised. This is absolutely something the man in yellow would do, because we literally saw him pull out the priest's tooth. So one of the teeth in that pouch probably belongs to the priest. Now just imagine how many people the man in yellow has killed over the years, because there were so many teeth inside that pouch, and most likely he took only one tooth from each victim. Could Jim Matthews' tooth also be in that pouch? It's possible. Could the Yankui children's teeth be there as well? Well, if that turns out to be true, then Victor and Tabitha may have just discovered the ultimate treasure, because teeth and body parts could play a major role in breaking the magic of this place. In many black magic traditions, teeth, nails, and other remains are often associated with binding or trapping souls. So if that's what's happening here, then our characters may finally be getting closer to the actual solution. But then another question arises: why has the man in yellow been collecting all these teeth? What larger plan is he trying to execute? Well, we'll discuss these theories and concepts in much greater depth. I'm going to spend some time researching black magic traditions and symbolic meanings. Not using them, obviously, but studying them to better understand the possibilities. And then we'll cover everything properly in the Ending Explained video. We'll analyze all the future possibilities, all the hidden implications, and all the potential directions the story can take. So if you've made it this far, then yes, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.